Hey, it's Luke Lonien, and you're listening to 103.1 KFIL's Coach's Corner on demand. With us now on Coach's Corner this morning, the head coach of the Chatfield Gophers. It's Jeff Johnson. Coach, how's it going today?
Great. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for being here, Coach. A fun one last night. We were there in what was a fantastic matchup between Chatfield and Caledonia, kind of what you expect when you see these two teams get together. Two really good defenses, and both defenses played very well, but the Gophers able to get the victory. 19-6, you guys get the win over Caledonia. Coach, overall, your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, it was a nice victory for us last night. It was a beautiful night to play football. It was a little chilly. But no wind. Thank goodness there wasn't any wind, or it would have been much colder for the fans last night. Speaking of the fans, we had a great turnout. We knew we would. It was a tackle cancer game. We picked that game because we knew we were going to have a big crowd. So haven't been able to count the donations yet, but I'm sure it's over $2,000, which is awesome. And like I said, we had a great turnout for on both sides. Side Hill was packed as you guys were a front row seat to that view. Ton of fans there, so that was great. That's what high school football is all about. Our kids had a full plate last night. They had a very good football team in Caledonia to play. Caledonia is very physical. We knew that. They've been a very physical team for the last 2 decades. So there was no surprise there. We left some points off the board, we thought, in the first half. Made a couple mistakes, some questionable decisions on our half, but it's a chess game playing against Caledonia because they switch things up so quickly on you, and when you think you can run it, you can't, and you think you can pass it, you can't. So there was definitely a chess game going on between the two teams last night. Fortunately enough for us, we guessed right more than they did. So we had our kids made some big plays for us in crucial times, both offensively and defensively. There were some big plays on both sides of the ball. Really, I thought our defense played very well last night. We tackled. We used our legs more than our arms. It was going to be a game that was won with our hips and our legs last night, our strength, and not just trying to dive and reach and tackle and grab with our arms and our hands, because that doesn't work, especially against good teams. So the defense played very physical. Ours did. Our 2 cornerbacks, Eli Hobb, Drew Schindler, they were put on an island all night. We knew that was going to happen. We needed to put plenty of defenders inside the running box to stop the running game. And Eli and Drew did a great job. We know that about our kids. They've been returning, playing for us for 3 years now, and they're very good. They're very fast, and they can play the ball well. And it really starts from there. When you can use kids like that in the secondary and not have to help them much, then you can help out on the run a lot more. And our defense is way better when we can stop the run with 8 guys in the box, 7, 8 guys. So on the flip side, Caledonia tried to do the same thing, and they knew that they needed to get extra guys into the running box to stop our running game, and for the most part it worked. But we were able to bust a couple huge plays, and even when it was 3rd and long, we got to throw it to our receivers, and they made great plays. Luke Carrier had a great game for us last night. Made a couple great catches and a couple very nice runs. Cole Johnson had another nice night. Only had the opportunity to make a few plays, but he made 2 out of the 3, I believe, and also had a pass interference called on him in the 4th quarter. So he made a real nice catch in the beginning of the 3rd quarter and went 70-some yards on a nice long run. Sam threw a nice ball to him, and so we got a really good effort from our guys out on the edge, both offensively and defensively. In the trenches is really where you win the game, though, and that's our kids up front played very, very well. Our offensive and defensive lines. It was a tough, physical, strong football game on the line, and like you said, two very good defenses going at it, and our offensive line and defensive line just kept going, and we didn't get tired. That was nice to see. We were very resilient at the end. Kind of made a gutsy call at the end when we were only up by a touchdown, and we needed a half a yard to go. We went for it on our own. I don't know what it was, 24-yard line.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a chance to seal the victory, and we just said, what the heck, let's do it, and let's get this first down. And we ended up busting through the line, and Sam took another long run, 70-some yards for the touchdown to kind of seal the game up. So great game. There's some things that I think we need to learn from it because I've got a feeling we're going to play these guys again, and it's probably going to be in 3 weeks. So they're a very good football team. They're ranked third for a reason, and they've got their program back and rolling again. So very good football team. We're going to see them again in 3 weeks.
Jeff Johnson with us, the head coach of the Chatfield Gophers. 19-6 again, the final score. Chatfield takes down Caledonia last night. Coach, I did want to talk to you about that fourth down. It was on your own 24. You mentioned it, and Caledonia was selling out to stop the run, and obviously you guys were able to break that line of scrimmage. But it was a unique part of the game. 3 timeouts called in a row before we even had that fourth down play. What was the conversation like with your players after those 3 timeouts as you guys were getting set up and what you want to get lined up in, of course, with the Warriors as well?
Yeah, that's interesting. There's probably 1,000 people wanting to know what was going on last night with those. But, like I said, it's a chess game between the two teams. And they started with one, and then I came in with the other one. And, again, they moved around in between the after the second timeout. So we had a play called originally. Didn't like it at all, called the timeout. And we had another play designed, and they had switched their front again. Didn't like it again, and called the timeout. And then we just went to our bread and butter, and basically felt like no matter how they line up here, we should be able to block it and make a play and get a yard. So there, no more timeouts were needed. We snapped the ball and tried to get that hard, tough yard. We did, and because they had everybody within 2 yards of the line of scrimmage. Really, there's only going to be about one kid that can make a play on that tackle, and he didn't make a play on it. So we were able to bust through that line and score for 70 yards. It was really unique, too, at the end. Sam was running with the football and kind of looked back to the sidelines like, what should I do? Should I score or should I go down? There's a lot of weird situations in football where if you score too early, they have a chance now to get the ball and still have the opportunity to score twice. So he didn't know if he was supposed to kind of drop down to a knee, which we talked about on the first time out, another kid that the ball was going to go to. He asked that same question, and we were kind of undecided during that time. So he kind of remembered that conversation and decided, heck, we better just go up by 2 touchdowns, and he took it all the way then. So very unique ending, but exciting, memorable, and it was a good show for the fans. Like I said, there was, who knows, over 1,000 people there last night. So they got their money's worth.
Absolutely. It was a great game to be at and broadcast, and a great football game played between 2 really good teams. Again, Chatfield's head coach Jeff Johnson with us, coming off that 19-6 win over Caledonia. Coach, 6-0 now on the season. You're going to take on a physical Triton team on a short week next week at home. What do you expect to see from the Cobras?
Yeah, Triton's always good. They've got a good football program over there, and they're going to come to our place again. Yeah, and you're right. We're going to see another physical football team. So they're quick, and they've got a lot of offense. They've got a lot of offensive formations, a lot of offensive plays, and it's just something that we're going to have to get prepared for and line up, make sure the kids understand what they're supposed to do in 3 practice days. That's going to be the tricky part. But we made this decision as coaches to slide this one up here to a Thursday, just because you get a little bit more rest before that short Wednesday MEA day. A lot of teams in the cities move this game from the Friday to the Thursday so they can have one more day to prepare for that Wednesday game. Because if you play on that Friday night, which we've all done for a long time, the Wednesday game comes really fast. So both coaches agreed to slide this one up to Thursday, like most of the teams in the cities do, and get this game in. Triton will be a handful for us again. A lot of offense they have, and we're just going to make sure our kids are lined up. The good news, again, for us is that we've got 10 seniors on the defense and 1 junior, and our kids have played against us for a couple of years now. So for the most part, they know their responsibilities already. We just have to go through everything again here and practice in a couple of days here.
Jeff Johnson with us, the head coach of the Chatfield Gophers, coming off that 19-6 win over Caledonia. They take on Triton next Thursday night in Chatfield. The Gophers are 6-0 on the season. Coach, as always, we appreciate the time. Thank you so much, and good luck next week.
Okay, thanks, and thanks for covering us last night.